deep breath, relax, and let some time pass. Let go of your limitations. Let go of your fears and your worries. Let go. Let go. Let go of your fears and worries. Hi, how are you? I got my Aloha shirt on today. I want to do some meditations. I want to do some, they're quite liberating when I do meditations. I think a lot of people, you are looking fresh, fresh, fresh in a very masculine way. I wish I could tell you how you look. That'd be nice. I can't see who I'm talking to. It's kind of a one-sided interaction. Well, at least I could read your text there. Are you doing okay today? I think I want to practice mental medicine. I want to work on my study of mental medicine to help. Blue looks good on me, really. I have brown eyes. Usually people with blue eyes, the blue really brings out the color of their eyes. But I guess blue does. Okay, I'll accept that. I was thinking about getting people to helping people find a lover or a mate or a significant other. That kind of rhymes, doesn't it? Lover, mate, significant other. And how I can do that is encourage people to make a video telling about themselves, and I can post it on my community page. Make a video and tell about yourself and leave contact information, and then I can post your video on my community page. And also, you can come here. You know, you might be interested in somebody who is watching the show. I was thinking about this morning. I was thinking about, you know what, this would be a good way for people to meet each other, and I can work off donations. You know, if somebody wants to donate, I have a donation link in the description. That way, I can kind of grow this idea. I can make it to where there's speed dating or singles parties, things like that, and work on mental health and confidence. Have some confidence classes. Maybe people will meet during the classes. You know, I can have classes that work on confidence. I love you too. See, this isn't. Mark Twain said, "A man with an idea is a damn fool until he succeeds." You know what? People might think I'm a damn fool, but if it succeeds, it might turn into something. Because I can do that. I could probably rent out a or lease rent or lease a storefront and just have tables and chairs, and people can come to that place and meet each other. Just put people together in a room and see who clicks. And if you, then maybe you can provide um, confidence building classes. Because I think that's what I've noticed when I was with a dating group. They didn't work on mental health. They didn't work on confidence. They just put people together. Sometimes people need to grow in confidence and hope. Let me know if this is a good idea. Just throw people together and see if they like each other. Even if it's on a friendly basis for mental health. What's really good for mental health is to have friends. They could meet there often. Thoughts on your spiky hair? Well, I kind of like it. It hides my balding. It hides my bald spots. I got spiky hair. It just happened like this. I noticed that. I put water in my hair and then I just went, it just did. 5 people and 1 like. Does that sound reasonable? Does that sound fair? 5 people and 1 like? Somebody was nice enough to like. Also, meditating. I've noticed that our subconscious mind is getting a lot of horrible information. See, it's like the subconscious mind is our unlimited part of us, and it believes everything. It believes if you believe you're poor, not only that, it shows you evidence of being poor. So I'm researching how to reset the subconscious mind because I notice when we start out, we're beautiful creators. We're wonderful and beautiful creators until we start living life and we start seeing facts, and those facts are what cause mental blocks. And what we need to do is focus on now and focus on our ideal life. Do you like ideal life meditations or perfect life meditations? Because the more you meditate, the more you imagine. The more you're able to imagine. Neville Goddard, I can't stop thinking about his techniques and thoughts about how to change reality. Because if you really believe that you cannot, you will not. Because, again, your subconscious mind believes everything. It believes everything. When someone is under hypnosis, watch someone who's under hypnosis or in a hypnotic state, a deep hypnotic state. They'll start to hallucinate. They will start to do what you tell them to do because the subconscious mind is receptive, very receptive. And that's why thoughts on David Risch. I like David Risch. He appreciates these lives. So I believe this live is going to become something. It's going to become something dynamic. But I just need to be patient. Because when you expect things and they don't happen, then your subconscious mind starts showing you evidence of things not happening. That's like the Bible. The Bible says faith is a substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Now, there are things that are not seen, like your subconscious mind, and what you're thinking about. What you're thinking about is not seen. So you will have evidence of those things not seen. If you keep thinking that you're a failure, if you keep thinking that what you're doing won't work or it doesn't work, why even try kind of scenario, why should I even try? Just start looking out for your evidence. If you start believing that you're going to get what you want, and start looking for the evidence. That's an interesting definition. I keep pondering that. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So what's going on that's not seen? Okay, what you're really believing Because you could say, yeah, I believe that God can do miracles. I believe in miracles, but what's really behind the veil? What's unseen here? Because you can speak things and then doubt them at the same time. You can say, yeah, I believe that miracles are possible, but you got to overcome your doubt, erase that doubt through meditating, erase the doubt through meditation. Because you got to tell your subconscious, yeah, it's possible, by affirming to yourself that, and believing. So you have a balance between affirming and believing. Affirming it is possible. So if ever something pops into your head, like, I want to start a new business, or I want to start teaching people, just begin believing it also. Believe. That's a weird thing about when we're kids. It's so easy to believe. It's so easy. So we need to digress or regress. They called it a regression. Regress to that time when you were a kid and things were so easy to believe. When you were a kid, when you're out in the playground pretending you had a sword, or pretending you had a magic wand, or you started digging in the dirt and creating little houses and roadways. Do that. We can do a, not so much a past life regression, but an early life regression. We could regress to the time when we were kids. What was the mindset when you were a kid? What was your mindset? Did you believe more when you were a kid? Did you accept things at face value as a kid? Because as we get older, we start to analyze things. I was doing some meditation at the park, just walking and sitting, and I started to get epiphanies, these epiphanies of your miracle, for example. Don't judge your miracle. Don't analyze your miracle. Just think of your miracle. What changes are going to come? What change will your miracle bring? And then focus on that already happening. Kind of goes along with Neville Goddard. Live in the end, assume your wish fulfilled. Because then you're bypassing, I call them the dangerous W's. Who, what, when, where, how, why. Those are the dangerous W's. Those are the things that cause mental blocks. Because if you start to think about who's going to help you make it happen, where is it going to happen, when is it going to happen, and the if, that's another dangerous one. The if, or what if. Just disregard all that. Disregard the who, what, when, where, how, and why, because those are self-created obstacles. You have self-created obstacles. And then once you just think of, okay, I'm going to have to go get that cigarette lighter. I'm going to use that analogy, okay? Or it's a lighter that I'm going to tell you the story behind it, and I'll show it to you. Give me a minute. Give me a moment. truth shall make you free. The truth. When you find the truth, you'll be disturbed. I think that's what Jesus said in the Gnostic texts. When you find the truth, you'll be disturbed. And then you will rule the all. Now, here's my evidence of things not seen. Okay, I was at a parkway. I was in a parkway in Sacramento, no, Rancho Cordova, California. I was in a parkway, and I was thinking to myself, if I needed to start a fire, how would I start a fire in reality? For real, how would I start a fire? How could I do it? And then I looked on the ground, and I saw this. This is the lighter. And you know what? It still has fuel in it. So this appeared. And so is this a result of manifestation? I think so. I manifested this lighter. And again, I was thinking about a penny. I could go get that penny. I'm going to start showing you evidence. Showing you evidence of things not seen. And I like doing that. I like showing evidence. So hold on. Wow, I'm doing a lot of this. But okay. I was thinking about a lucky penny. Hi, Eddie. I got notification. Hawaiian Shirt Fridays. My good friend does that too. Okay. I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking about Pizza Friday. But greetings and salutations. Yes, we're having a chat. I'm showing evidence of things not seen. Here's a penny. Okay, I was thinking about a lucky penny. And I walked up to the pharmacist's counter, okay? The window where you go pick up your medication. And this penny was sitting there on the counter. And I said to the pharmacist, is this my lucky penny? And she said, it could be. So I said, well, it is now. And yeah, it was face up. Anyways, the penny was face up. And so there's my lucky penny. So if you allow stuff to happen, I think that's what should be part of your meditation is, I allow. Because you have to allow for a miracle to happen. Don't analyze it. Don't, overthink it. Because that becomes the barriers, the self-created barriers and obstacles that pop up. We're creating our own barriers. Because it's the way we're trained to think. Oh, I need to ask for a loan to get some money. Well, thank you. So that's Ralph. Ralph Bueno. I gotta learn how to talk. So anyways, I'm excited about stuff like this. How is everyone? The people who can attend. I want to start thinking about you now. Manifesting people who like Hawaiian shirts. That was on Alpha Space. Remember Alpha Space? We're going to have Hawaiian Shirt Friday. Or something like that. Yeah, just wear a Hawaiian shirt. Is this good for the company? I really like that. That's a classic. Office Space. I like the soundtrack to Office Space also, if you ever listen to it. If you like gangster rap. Most of it's gangster rap. Then there's that Working 9 to 5 song. So who's here with me? 3 likes, 2 people? That kind of balances out. So I guess if you're excited enough, you'll start attracting people. If you get excited about things, you become more attractive to people. Get excited about something. I like that GTG, got to go. I made a wand yesterday. I just felt compelled when I was at the park. I think I'm going to go today too. I was at the park and I just cut a piece of a mulberry tree. I cut a branch off a mulberry tree and started carving it into a wand. And I felt magical. It felt magical to just spontaneously make a wand. I encourage people to make wands. They're mocked so many times, but you feel powerful when you have a wand in your hand. When you start to point it and wave it, the power increases. This is made of Hollywood. I took a piece of a Hollywood. Yeah, this is made of Hollywood. Hollywood! And people make wands out of Hollywood. I have also one made of oak. That's my birth tree. The oak tree is my birth tree. Then there's like the Holly King and the Oak King that have a battle every year. Well, people are able to just stop and say hi. I like it when people can hang around for a while. Let me know in the comments when you'll have spare time. You should be able to make time. They say you never find time, you have to make time. You never find time. It's a fine time to find time. Get excited about something. There are those that say there is no past, there is no future, there is only now. We're only experiencing right now. And if you can detach from time, if you can detach from what other people believe, that was part of my meditation. Was I don't agree with everyone, or I come out of agreement. I come out of agreement with what. Yeah, you have to come out of agreement. If you are in agreement with something, then you become a slave to it. For example, if you agree that there's time, if you agree that time is running out, if you agree that you have to age, then you become a slave to it. A lot of things we just assume a lot. We assume that there's a future. We assume that there's a past. We assume, and that's the law of assumption. The law of assumption working against us. Your channel is called Ed's Heart. That's right, Ed's Heart. Didn't you say you gotta go? How are you, Eddie? I'm fine. I'm glad you're not gone yet. I'm doing okay. I'm just really excited. Sometimes I talk loudly and confidently about stuff I'm excited about. Yes, it's called Ed's Heart because I have a heart condition. And people have known me for my heart. People have known me. No wonder this channel is so big. Yes. Welcome to the party. So what happened to that other one? Rhea? I guess Rhea can only be here for a while. I do see 5 people. So, hello, Mike D. Like, share. Yes, that's right. Like, share, subscribe. That's what I should put whenever I do a live. Like, share, subscribe. People like being given orders. Have you noticed that? Stand here. Like during the COVID, they said social distancing, stand here. Because people feel like they fit in when they're following orders. Honestly, everyone should do that. Yes, honestly. Why not? I mean, come on, be a part of something. That's another part of social, about psychology. We always like to fit in. We'd like to be part of something. So be part of this. Be part of my excitement. Be part of my lucky penny story. What was funny is my mom picked up my quarter. I was manifesting a quarter, and it was on a table as usual. On a table. My mom, I forget where my mom walked into. We walked into like a store, and there was a quarter on the table, and it was face up. So my mom saw the quarter before I did, and I went, "Oh man, she saw my quarter." So I guess this is evidence. I'm gonna post a video on my small channel. Yes, do that, because that encourages people to look at something you've made. A lot of girls and boys, and they're they're doing dance videos. They're doing little dance videos. They'll turn on some music and they'll just do like, "Happy Harry, have you buried all your children?" You know. The other one was "Kiss You in the Mouth." Have you heard that song? I want to kiss me on the mouth and. So, anyways, anything I guess will draw attention. No, you're not going to do that. Show something you drew. Draw a picture. Only that first one. Oh yeah, "Happy Harry, have you buried all your children?" That's a weird song. That sounds like a funeral song. No one ever wants to bury their children. No mother should ever have to bury their child. You know what? That is true. Because children are like a hope that your legacy will continue, and it is a very it's a grieving grievance. There's lore behind it. I've noticed that. Very jovial. It's kind of like Mary, Mary, quite contrary. How does your garden grow? There's an actual story behind that. The Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary was an actual person, an actual queen, Queen Mary. There's a boat called the Queen Mary that's haunted. George Norrie did a broadcast from the Queen Mary. There's a couple of boats in Old Sacramento. One was called the Hornblower, and it was a paddle boat, a big paddle boat. And I've ridden it a couple of times. You just pay for a ticket, you climb on board. They have a bar. They have a lower level, and then I guess the bar is at the upper level. It's kind of neat because they take you on a tour, and I guess the Hornblower was used during World War II, if I remember the story right. They also have a ghost tour. I went on the ghost tour. They take you to certain parts of Old Sacramento, and they tell you stories about people buried alive. A person was buried alive, and their spirit appeared to one of their friends, and that's how they knew that that person was not dead yet. I guess he astral projected or something. That's interesting stuff to think about. The story: three kids were hidden in the basement by their mom because the mom was scared from for them. The children begged to go outside. Then, really, huh? Some parents are like that. They're so afraid for their kids that they don't allow them to leave the house, or they don't allow them out of the yard because they hear about a story. They hear a story about someone. Let go of the stuff you love. Yeah. Let go of all your doubts, all your worries, because worries, that's a bad habit. I was a worrier, and I still am. It's a hard habit. Such a hard habit to break. Especially, it comes from not having power. Worrying comes from not having power. If you feel you don't have power, you worry about things that are beyond your control, and it makes you even fear comes with worry. It's like they're companions. Fear and worry, not fear and surprise. I'm gonna post a video about you. Okay, I'll be interested to see that. About Eddie. Do like a autobiography, autobiographical. They should have done that with Man on the Moon. Remember Man on the Moon? It was an Andy Kaufman story. They had enough footage, I'm sure, just to talk to people who knew him, talk to people who knew Andy Kaufman, and then just show his clips because they had like him not being on stage and him being on stage. That's how I would have done it. Do an autobiography about Andy Kaufman. He was into wrestling women. He'd get up on stage, and it was part of his comedy. All that stuff he did, I think, was pre-planned. Because it's not always good to have somebody play a person. Why not look at the real person? Because they had interviews with him also, and they were funny. They could have just done that and then cut away and then talk to people who knew him. Like Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito knew him, and a lot of the other cast of Taxi. Bob Zamuda. I think Bob Zamuda is still alive. And they would switch off. They would play Tony Clifton. I don't think I should be telling that secret, but you can do that. Yeah. It'd be interesting to see that. How am I viewed by other people? The story of Ralph Bueno. Casa Bueno, Casa Bueno. That's a real place. Matt and Trey renovated Casa Bueno. And you have to make an appointment to be there. You have to have a reservation. That's what it is. If it's a doctor, it's an appointment. If it's a restaurant, it's a reservation. Well, I guess I'm glad I started this video, this live. That'd be neat, seeing a video made about me. Just little old me, underdog. Not plane, nor bird, nor even frog. Just little old me, underdog. Yes, the evidence of things not seen. Pay attention to the things that are not seen. Using the higher to affect the lower. That's what Hermes is talking about. As above, so below. As below, so above. So within, so without. Whatever's going on within you is what you're going to see around you. That's what people need to remember. What we'll do is doubt removal exercises or doubt removal meditations. When you can remove doubt, your manifestations will happen faster if there's no doubt, because doubt is a barrier. It's like the guy at the door when you're trying to get into a club. You're trying to get into a club, and the guy wants to see your ID. He wants to make sure that you're fit to go in the club. He doesn't want no riffraff in there. See, you get on the guest list if you stop doubting. When the guy at the club, when the bouncer looks at you and says, "Okay, come on in. You're old enough, you're smart enough, you'll behave yourself," you know. You have to picture yourself already in the club. That's what you have to do. You can break barriers by doing those quantum leaps. Say you want to go to the beach. Imagine yourself already at the beach. I've noticed that. Like, how did I get to the park? I'm just here. I'm here. I don't remember getting in my car. I don't remember turning the key. I don't remember driving the making the turns. Finished. Finished with the video. It's okay for kids. It is, Duda. It's okay for kids. Eddie's Funhouse. Sometimes okay for kids. We got to do that age restriction. I'm the bouncer at Eddie's Funhouse. Hey, old man. Oh, this is Mikey. Hey, old man. How are you doing? I'm all right. I'm doing okay. Oh, I'm reminded of that song. Doing all right. Getting good grades. The future's so bright. I gotta wear shades. Things are going great, and they're only getting better. I'm doing all right, getting good grades. Have you? You have no school. All right. Things are going great, and they're only getting better. I'm doing all right, getting good grades. It's done. Uploading. All right. Well, leave me a comment, and I'll check out your your channel. I will switch. I will tune into your channel. You're happy. That's good. Yeah, no school. That made me happy. Less stress. Stress puts pressure on your body when you have stress. When you're under stress, they make sure to stress you out in the media, at work. They make sure to stress you out because it keeps you vibrating at a lower frequency. When you worry about stuff, you vibrate at a lower frequency. You're homeschooled. You were saying something about that. I was wondering about homeschooled. I heard a judge say that homeschooling is not an accredited school. It's not accredited. So you must go to an accredited school. And also, how do you learn social skills when all you see is your siblings? When all you see is your parents? How do you learn how to interact and make friends? That would cause depression, I think. If you if you're not making friends, if you're not going to parties, but then again, that happens in school anyway. Some people just don't fit in. Wouldn't that be cool to open a school for misfits? Anyone who's a misfit, they would be transferred to a school nearby. You know, like if you're a bullied kid, they would just transfer you to the misfit school. But they wouldn't call it a misfit school because that would be bad. They would call it a school of the unique or something like that. Yeah, somebody's getting bullied, just transfer them to a different school that's nearby so that there won't be a big commute. I'm going to go. You're going to go? Okay. Well, I'm glad for your ambition. You showed up. You told me that you're not in school because you were going to go out and practice juggling now. We'll be up to our balls in jugglers. That was funny. Oh, that show is available. Hot Fuzz. I'll have to bring that up. Hot Fuzz. That's for mature audiences, I'm pretty sure. That was the funniest line in the movie. We'll be up to our balls in jugglers. Because it's a pun, you see. Homeschool lacks interactions. Yeah, with fellow peers. I agree. That's what I was just talking about. You have to. Like, if you're gonna, how are you gonna do good business if you don't know how to interact? How are you gonna make friends? Do some kind of healthy interaction. That's what we need nowadays: is healthy interaction. No more bullying. No more insults. Just healthy interaction. But don't gaslight people, you know. Don't start gaslighting people to make them feel good. You know, I have, you have friends. Good, Duda. Duda has friends. Do you meet up sometimes? Do you go to the park? Do you go to parties? Both, what do they call them? Birthday parties? And also social knowledge and harsh realities. Yeah, that's right. Your of your society. Yeah, you've got to learn. Yeah, encourage people, encourage each other, and oh, thank you, Mikey. See, this is healthy interaction. We're agreeing with each other. I love you too, Mikey D. I like saying Mikey D. You should change your handle to Mikey D. That sounds like a DJ. Mikey D. Hit the like button. That's right. Hit the like button, everyone. I sure could use some likes. I feel like I'm a candle under a bush. You know, Jesus said, don't put a candle under a bush because a bush will catch fire. Maybe that's me right now. I'm a candle under a bush. Oh, you're her sister. Oh, hello. You're the 15-year-old? Okay. We love you. Yes. I'll have to do like not a stage dive. That's what I'll do. If ever I am on stage and I'm surrounded by my friends. That's right. We love you. I'll be on my back and you'll be carrying me back up onto the stage after I stage dive. Stage dives don't go so well sometimes. When people decide they're going to jump into the crowd, they can wind up just hitting the ground. Tell Ed we love you. Everybody love it. Just like, by the way, I'm on the TV. You are? Well, that's cool. You should tell people on your channel. We love you! Yeah! That makes me feel good to know that I am loved. You guys are going to make me cry. When Eddie said he didn't like his daddy, you knew he was a no good kid. But when he threatened your life with a switchblade knife, what a guy. Made you cry. And I did. You can tell I like Rocky Horror, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I keep thinking of that. I like that, the rock operas of the 70s. Flash Gordon. Have you ever seen Flash Gordon, the movie? I wish I would have been able to let my mom, tell my mom what what would you like to tell your mom? She'll hear you. I think people do hear us when they do pass away. I'm looking for a Danny run. What's that? Dandy run? He gotta go. It's almost time for my part-time job. Well, good. I hope you enjoy yourself. Don't let the man get you down. I like that. Don't let the man get you down. Yeah, just be aware that they like to make you feel frustrated. And when you're aware of it, you can avoid it. You can avoid their dominion over you. And then you got to go yabba dabba doo after work when it's time to clock out. Yabba dabba doo. He said he loves you, but he didn't say that to his mom. Yeah, say it to your mom. I'm pretty sure she'll hear you. I'll remember that. Yes, Mr. Ed, the famous Mr. Ed. Thanks and bye. Signing off. This is Mikey signing off. Checking out of Eddie's Funhouse. Mom, He mom is dead. Yes. You know what? I think it's not the end. I keep hearing that. When people die, it's not the end. It's a transition. There are multiple mediums out there that add levity to that, or gravitas. Not levity, gravitas. They confirm that our loved ones hear us. It's very important that we pay attention to what we're saying. On my community page, there's a guy talking about that. Everyone's going to. Why? Why are we going to die? Do we ever die? We watch other people die, but we never seem to die. Are we a chosen few? I've always wondered that. There are people who I know who have died. Why have I not died yet? That raises questions. Ah! I'm starting to use the phrase get to die. I hear about people dying and they go, wow, that person got to die. He got to, or she got to die. I don't get to die for some reason. I guess it's not so much survivor's guilt. It's a jealousy. It's a jealousy that kind of sets in. It's like, wow, that person got to die. There was an actual end to their story. My story doesn't seem to end. It just seems to continue. To be continued. But I think that's part of depression. Part of depression is you want your story to end, but it never seems to end. There's the oxymoron, or the contradiction, no, the paradox. Are we alive and dead at the same time? Could this be the end of our dynamic duo? We'll find out next time. Same bat time, same bat channel. You're going to die and me. Ah! I think just enjoy it while it lasts. This thing called life, enjoy it while it lasts. No more dying. Yes, let's no more talk about dying. Death and dying. I don't think people are prepared for it. It always comes as a surprise. You know, it is a pretty day out there. 48 minutes. We've had some healthy interaction. Things that would help our mental health. That's what we could do. I want to do meditations. They are so beneficial. They improve your mood. That's what I want to do is classes. Okay, everybody, get comfortable in your chair. We're going to close our eyes. Bye! And we're going to put ourselves into that void state. Enter the void. When you're in the void, you're disconnected from everything. Everything. Everything you've been told, everything you've agreed to, everything you accept as reality. We accept so many bad things, though. Again, the subconscious believes everything. And we need to disagree sometimes. Disagree with hardship. Disagree with poverty. Disagree with it. And then start believing more in prosperity. Start believing more in things going right. We assume that things are going to go wrong. And again, that's the law of assumption working against us. The law of assume that your bills are always going to be paid. Assume that you're always going to have a place to live. I've noticed that in my life. If you were to watch my life or read my life story, there'd be a lot of questions. Like, yeah, needs being met. Just assume that your needs are going to be met. I think what it is we're starting to realize that we do not need to struggle. And once we believe that and grasp that, get it into our subconscious that we don't need to struggle. We really don't need to struggle. Because struggling just makes you expend unnecessary energy. Struggling, the concept of struggling, the concept of having to work hard to get what you want. And then you hear stories about people who win large sums of money, or but then it destroys them. They win large sums of money, life-changing money, and then it destroys their lives. After all is said and done, more is said than done. I think as adults, we need to go to the park. We need to have recess. Why not at the workplace? At the workplace, why don't they have recess at the workplace? Just a recess. We need recess. Maybe after work, if there's still daylight, go out and enjoy recess. Get together with some co-workers, get together with some friends, and just have recess. Play some games that involve your body, Go for a walk together. Do some interactive stuff. Like I've seen people at the park, they they have like makeshift battles, mock battles. They're called mock battles. You know what? Maybe people will be able to make more time. You have to make time. You can't just find time. You have to make time. When you have spare time, come to Eddie's Funhouse. We'll make good use of your spare time. Tell me when you have spare time. That way I'll know when to start a show. I'll know when to start a show. It's like, hey, I'm off today. Or, hey, it's a holiday. Or, hey, hey, hey. I just want to sit for a while and listen to this guy ramble on about stuff that may or may not be interesting. Oh, yes, let's have fun together. This will be our recess. The recess is now in recess. Yes, we'll say that. This court is now in recess. Enjoy your recess. I like that. In school, we had recess. You just go outside, put on your coat if it's cold, start playing on the monkey bars. Recess. They stopped doing that. The older you get, you don't have any recess. Wouldn't that be nice if everywhere you work there's recess? You could just climb on adult-sized monkey bars or adult-sized slide. I think that would cause us to regress. We would regress back to our childhood. Twilight Zone the movie is a good example. Have you ever watched Twilight Zone the movie? I'll have to put that in the description. In the description, I'll put Twilight Zone the movie. I don't know how long it'll be available, but there's this segment of Twilight Zone the movie where these old people have a night of being young again. And it really boosted some of them, their joy, their happiness. We need to engage in that. We'll do some imaginations, some meditations where we're kids again. We suddenly magically, miraculously become kids again. and we go on a trip together. Wouldn't that be cool? That would be a storyline. Okay, close your eyes and imagine you're a kid again. Okay, now in our imagination, we're going to go on a boat ride. We're all kids again. We're going on a boat ride. We can do it with our eyes closed or open because your mind is still processing it. Your subconscious mind is still believing it. If it's told well, every story that's told well affects the subconscious. Like when you watch Harry Potter or Star Wars or Lord of the Rings, it's a well told story. And when you're watching a movie, your subconscious is responding to that movie. And they say you can play it out in your head and it'll be no different than really experiencing it. Can you watch the video, please? Leave a comment in this video and I'll be able to click through to your channel. So yeah, I'll be able. It's just as short. Okay, cool. I will do that. Make sure you say hi. Just put hi. That way I can click on your comment. I'll end this. I'll end this live pretty soon. Once I get tired of hearing the sound of my own voice. So I will do that. For you, I will look at that video. And I will probably cry because it's so special. Alright, I will end this show. This freak show. And I will see you probably later on today, because it is Friday. Aloha Shirt Friday.